Sophia stared at the faded photograph, her hands shaking. Her childhood memories had always felt hazy, but this was a truth she never expected. The photo showed her mother, Lillian, smiling warmly, holding a baby Sophia didn't recognize. A rush of anger, betrayal, and confusion hit her like a wave. "Why didn't you tell me?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Lillian looked at her, calm but heavy-eyed. "I did it to protect you," she said quietly. Sophia's heart twisted. How could protection feel like betrayal? The room seemed to shrink, suffocating her. Every memory of her childhood, carefully curated, carefully hidden, now felt like a lie. Viewers, I'm Sophia. Subscribe now to follow this journey of heartbreak, discovery, and love. Sophia clenched her fists, determined to uncover every secret her mother had buried. She knew this was just the beginning of a journey that would challenge everything she thought she knew about family, trust, and love. Sophia's anger boiled over as she confronted Lillian in the kitchen. "You've lied to me my entire life," she shouted. Lillian's calm response only made her blood boil. "I kept things hidden to protect you, Sophia. Some truths could have destroyed your childhood." Tears ran down Sophia's cheeks as she tried to make sense of the revelation. Marcus, a family friend who had always been quietly observant, stepped in. "There's more you don't know," he said, his voice cautious. Sophia froze, curiosity and fear clashing in her chest. The chapter ended with her noticing an old envelope on the counter, addressed to her mother. The handwriting was unfamiliar, almost secretive. Sophia's pulse raced. Whatever was in that envelope was going to change everything she thought she knew about her family and herself. At school the next day, Sophia ran into Emily, a childhood classmate. "Sophia, do you remember that strange man visiting your house when we were kids?" Emily asked, eyes wide. A chill ran down Sophia's spine. She had vague memories, now resurfacing as fragments of fear and confusion. Who had been watching her? Her thoughts swirled, and then she noticed an envelope tucked into her locker. The seal was old, worn, and addressed to her mother. Sophia's hands shook as she opened it. Inside was a letter from her father, a letter that had never been sent. Shock, disbelief, and a flicker of hope collided. Lillian had kept this from her. But a tiny note in the corner hinted at protection, not abandonment. Sophia's emotions twisted into something complex: anger, confusion, and a growing desire to understand her mother's choices. Who was her father really? And why had Lillian hidden this from her for all these years? Sophia's curiosity led her to the old house she barely remembered. Dusty furniture, abandoned toys, and cobwebbed corners stirred long-buried emotions. Under a floorboard, she discovered an old diary, Lillian's private thoughts from years ago. Each page revealed pain, secrecy, and sacrifices Sophia had never imagined. Lillian had shielded her from dangers she could barely comprehend. Sophia's anger began to soften, replaced with awe. Then Jonah, her cousin, appeared unexpectedly, hinting that the family history was more tangled than she knew. "Not everything your mother did was simple," he warned. Sophia's mind raced. Was this protection, or deception? And what other truths had been hidden in shadows for so long? She left the house determined to uncover every secret, knowing the journey would challenge her beliefs about love, loyalty, and family. Opening an old, dusty envelope, Sophia uncovered letters from her father, letters that painted a picture she had never known. He had wanted to be part of her life, but had been forced away by circumstances beyond anyone's control. Shock, anger, and confusion clashed inside her. Lillian had deliberately kept these letters hidden. Yet as Sophia read further, she found hints of protection, notes that suggested Lillian was guarding her, not abandoning her. A single sentence twisted everything she thought she knew: some truths are too dangerous for her to know, she must be kept safe. Sophia's anger fought with empathy. Could her mother's lies actually have been acts of love? Her head spun with questions. Who had orchestrated this? And why had Lillian never told her the full story? The chapter closed as Sophia resolved to track every piece of her hidden past, no matter how painful the journey might be. Sophia's investigation took her to a retired detective, Officer Bennett, who had once observed her family closely. At first, he was reluctant to speak. But when he saw Sophia's determination, he revealed fragments of the truth, Lillian's careful plans to shield her from harm, even when it meant living a life of secrecy. Sophia listened in disbelief. Danger, deception, and love had intertwined in ways she had never imagined. Every secret she uncovered seemed to deepen her understanding of her mother, and the sacrifices Lillian had made. "Your mother's life was never easy," Officer Bennett said, his voice solemn. Sophia felt a mixture of awe and sorrow. She realized the journey was bigger than she had thought, stretching far beyond personal betrayal. She had been living with fragments of the truth, and now, the full picture was finally beginning to emerge. Sophia discovered a hidden journal entry detailing Lillian's choices. She had protected Sophia from threats that could have destroyed her childhood. The sacrifices Lillian had made were staggering, and for the first time, Sophia truly understood the depth of her mother's love. Yet, this revelation came with unease. Someone had clearly tried to monitor Lillian, and by extension, Sophia. Suspicion, fear, and curiosity collided inside her. The chapter ended with Sophia finding a mysterious address scribbled in the journal, a lead that promised answers, and more questions, about her family's past. A confrontation with Aunt Naomi revealed even more. Lillian had made impossible sacrifices to preserve Sophia's innocence. Naomi hinted that there were still truths Sophia had yet to uncover, secrets that could shake her understanding of her own life. Sophia's heart raced. She wanted to know everything, even if the answers hurt. "I can't tell you everything," Naomi said, voice tight with emotion. "But know this, your mother loved you more than anything, even when it meant hiding the truth." Sophia's emotions churned: anger, gratitude, curiosity, and a new determination. She had to follow this path to the end. At her mother's home, Sophia discovered a hidden room filled with old letters, photographs, and memorabilia. Each item revealed Lillian's careful planning, love, and protective instincts. Sophia realized her mother had built her childhood carefully, guarding her from dangers she had never known existed. Yet a single photograph unsettled her. It showed Lillian with a mysterious stranger. Who was this person? Friend or foe? The chapter ended with Sophia vowing to uncover the identity of the stranger and the story behind the photo. Sophia uncovered a secret letter revealing that her childhood friends had been carefully chosen by Lillian to ensure her safety. Each friendship, each interaction, had been guided by her mother's unseen hand. Sophia's anger softened further, replaced with awe. But a warning came in an anonymous message: not all family secrets were safe, and some dangers were still lurking. Sophia's heart raced. She realized that while she had begun to understand her mother, the journey was far from over. The chapter closed with Sophia clutching the letter, determined to uncover every hidden truth.